Gold's going to sell off. So these new hourly candles are about to kick off, and Friday's volume is typically pretty fast. So hopefully we can just get in and out pretty quick today. I think when the pound breaks its high here, this is going to be a good buy. See, price pushed up like pre-London, broke these lows, then built this nice support here, another nice support. If it breaks this high here, I think I'm willing to take the buy. It's a nice range here. So like on the 4 hour, there's a nice clean range in here. There is this wick here, but I think with the volume from New York session, it'll break that wick and keep pushing up. So something to keep an eye on. Gold as well. There's a nice clean range over here, back down to like 1742. 23, I think bearish momentum coming into this session. This is probably going to sell off today. Dang, I didn't get the sleep last night I needed. Tired today. S&P looks pretty bullish. Bitcoin looks pretty bullish. And the dollar looks bearish still though. Gold looks like it's going to sell off today. Yeah, so if gold breaks this low here, I think we're going to continue down after that to fill this range, probably like 13 pips. If it continues to sell off like 1740 flat, it's going to be the next stop. So I'm willing to take an entry on GJ buys here above this hourly candle. And I'm also willing to take these sells on gold below the support here. Niles, you're having yourself a good time over there this morning, huh? You're up and at it. So now we just need to be patient here. Just be patient. Pretty big. There was a big sell-off on the metals last night. Overnight. Yeah, gold's looking like it's going to come down. Looking like it's going to come down. Once these lows break on this, I am going to short this. Because there's a nice clean range in here on the 4-hour, right? This is a nice clean range. And then there's another nice clean range back down to like 1739, pretty much 1740 flat. You have to understand. We're coming off of some bearish momentum off of London session. And like I explained yesterday, after the market makes an impulse, it often takes time, just a breather. And that's what happened here, I think. So price made a nice impulsive move, kind of consolidated. 6 o'clock might have been just a pump fake to the upside. So we had a nice bearish candle close back under the support here. And the 15-minute closes in 10 minutes. So I'll be able to tell the volume that's there when this candle starts to move, if it does. If not, I want to see these candles closing underneath this support here, and then price to continue breaking this wick to continue falling towards 1742, 39, 31. That's what I want to see. And I'm after one trade today, and that's it. And once I get that trade, that's going to be it. I actually had a pretty good week, so. Had to mute myself for a minute there. I don't even know how I did it. I guess I hit this drink and I spilled some of it, but yeah, TradingView is a good charting. That's what I'm using to chart, is TradingView. You can connect it has connections to some brokers, so you can connect your broker to it and trade off of it as well. But I just like to chart up off of it. Just much cleaner than using like MetaTrader, or even if you're using TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, something like that. It's just, this is way cleaner than all that. I don't like using that stuff. Trap King, what's good? You snuck up in here. I didn't even realize you were in here.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Dang.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here looking at the charts. It's Friday. Really, I mean, the only trade I really got this week, only proper trade I took this week was, I think, gold. I haven't really seen any much stuff happening.
Yeah.
Every other thing that I actually looked at were things that students gave me. But so far, the only thing I've looked at is gold so far. I don't know. What do you have? Can you mark up GU? Let's see what you have on GU. Or you don't trade GU also?
Yeah, I don't really
Why
trade GU, but
really, I see you in love with GJ. I see you're madly in love with GJ.
Yeah, dude, me and GJ get along well. Me and GJ and the metals. That's
I think I get along with gold well.
Your gold buy yesterday was fire.
Yeah. So
what was that yesterday? You had that gold buy yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was day before yesterday. The day before yesterday was Wednesday, I guess.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
that would have,
it gave it like 1, 2 times, and that was it.
how many pips came out of that? I didn't even fully
The,
look at it.
the first move he gave was about 44, and then he gave 88, and then he came back to entry, which was quite risky. I mean, I wouldn't have advised anybody to go in, but I went in again, and I followed the whole move all the way up to the final target for about 120.
Yeesh. Yeah, I seen you post a screenshot of it in the chat.
Yeah, I mean that was just it. I mean, like I tell the people, one trade a day. I mean, one trade a week is even good. If you
Yeah,
get one good trade, you're fine. I mean,
exactly.
some people want to trade every day. It's not as if you can't see them every day, but just one. Just get one good trade.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
like I'll put the risk on the table for one. I'm willing to risk it like 1 to 2 trades in the morning like this, but I
Mhm,
don't want to be, like you say, over trading is just stupid. It's gonna get
mhm.
you nowhere. So it's just a lot
Yeah,
easier.
it's gonna mess you up. To
Yeah.
be honest, I mean, it happened to me a week. I think a few weeks back that I took. I was already up for the week, and then I took I think 2 more trades, and then those 2 trades just decided to like squeeze my neck, and I was like, okay, this is what
Yeah.
you guys want to do? Okay, no problem. Yeah, but as a matter of fact, this month actually makes it 3 years I've been trading. This month makes it 3 years I've been trading.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice, long, stressful 3 years.
Bro, man, I was still learning and we're learning. We still learn every day. As a matter of fact, before I hopped on this call, I was studying something. I was like, okay. I don't know. I liked there was a proper GU sell yesterday, but I didn't call it. But now I'm seeing, I don't know. On GU, I'm seeing like there was a proper GU sell yesterday on 15 minutes. That was like for like I think about 80 or 90, 15 minutes yesterday, GU. Yeah, GU 15 minutes, good 15 minutes. Okay, go to that week, to the left, to where you have those consolidation, proper consolidation, like a swing high, like a swing, go a little bit higher. Exactly, put a horizontal line there. There was actually one, I didn't call it. And then if you look if you look to the left, like a kill zone, closely, yeah, yeah. So those candles, 2 bullish candles there, those 2 bullish candles before the bearish run, if you pull out the Fibonacci 2 candles, no. Go back to yeah,
Over here.
exactly on those 2 candles. No, to the right, the next one, where you were before.
Over here.
Exactly there, those 2 bullish candles there. Yeah,
Yeah.
put a fib on those 2 bullish candles there. Those are 2 of them. Good. And then the 50% was where the market started falling from. That's where I took the trade from. I was like, okay, let's do it again today. And I think I'm seeing another thing because I think the market has provided a low of the week for GBP USD. It's actually been all sells all week. So eventually it's giving us the low of the week. That's what I'm thinking. And for some reason, I don't know, it's going to be too dangerous if somebody says he wants to buy GU because this is a bearish market.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that it's already exhausted to the downside. I think it's already exhausted.
Big wick on the daily.
Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe some buys above this wick here.
exactly. That's what I'm thinking. That the market breaks and closes at both that, then chances are we can move up.
Not bad. Not a bad
Yeah.
idea. I want this gold trade today, honestly. I think this gold looks, if we can get this, so this 15-minute closes in 1 minute. And I think as long as we hold underneath this support here, this thing should probably come down here and fill this range. Now, if gold is to break up, I am not going to trade it because it's too, yeah, I mean, we're coming off of this bullish run overall on the daily, but this 4 hour is pretty bearish. So I'm trying to stick with current momentum here. I like the sell side. So if gold, And I like GJ's buy side. So if gold does anything else and GJ does anything else, that's fine. It's a Friday. I had a good week. And one thing, I'm not going to force a trade on a Friday, because one thing you don't want to do is end your week with a loss. That's never fun. So, be patient early week, be patient late week, kind of hammer things in the middle of the week, and then just chill out. No need to put unnecessary risk on the table. I think that's a lot of people's problems too at the end of the week, just forcing stuff. It's idiotic, really. Everyone just stay patient. Stay patient.
I need to get rid of some pairs on my watch list.
Do what? Oh, get rid of them? Yeah. I had to clean mine out too.
Yeah, I need to get rid of some of them on my watch list.
Because I realized, like, just paying attention to that many pairs is just kind of again, there was some things I changed from my trading last year to this year, and that was really it, was just minimizing some of the things that I'm watching in the market and just giving myself a little less noise. It's just easier.
Yeah, because I mean, when you have all of those on your watch list, I mean, you'd be tempted to like pick up any one of them and start charting up, and you could see a good opportunity, and you're like, okay, let me jump in. But then guess what? That's not the pair you want to trade. But because you felt you felt that, oh, it was a good opportunity, you jumped in, and now yeah, you may win the trade, but man, that doesn't mean you have done well. I mean, you just deviated from your own rules.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't mean you did well.
So just so everyone knows, again, here on gold, like clean 4-hour on gold over here, clean 4-hour range back down to like 1742.40. And what I'm going to do here is there's a 1-hour wick from 5 a.m. We have some nice rejection to the upside here. What I'm going to end up doing here is executing a sell like right underneath that 5-hour, that 5 a.m. wick. I'm going to execute a sell underneath that. And I'm going to anticipate that the New York volume here is going to push price down back into the support here. And if price starts to push back into this range, then I'm going to close, let's say, maybe I'm going to have 2% risk at 10 pips. And I'm going to try to cut my risk in half or within a quarter of that, so I don't even lose 1% or 0.5%, right? So keeping everything pretty tight here, considering it's a Friday. And again, once this wick is broken down here, I think honestly, once we start to break this low here, this might be a better entry here, and then really anticipate price to make its move down. So once we start to break out here, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to watch on a lower time frame, and I'm going to give this gold short position a chance here. And then again, if we start to break back into the range, I'm going to cut my loss early, and I'll wait and give it a second chance, because I think we could make an impulse and then a pullback and then break the low and run. But I don't want to miss the move either. So we just got to be patient here. Underneath these wicks, I'm going to execute a sell. Just got to be patient and wait for it. Oh, the meltdown looks nice today. Let's see if we can get it. And so what I do, like for the people, I seen someone say, like, I don't know how to execute that fast yesterday and this and that. I already have everything open on my phone, like ready with a stop loss and everything. So I'm prepared that as soon as I execute the trade, my stop loss is already there. Everything's already there. I don't have to do anything. So I'm not scrambling when it's time. I'm ready ahead of time, That's the biggest thing. Just be ready ahead of time. Have your stops in, because this thing could drop, right? And then I could enter, and then it could rip up, 20 pips. It's not uncommon for gold and 1 minute candle to rip up 50 pips, 60 pips. It happens. So we have to prepare for that and I have my stop loss in place when these lows break, I press the sell button and the stop's already there, just in case that happens, right? And I'm already prepared to lose 2% in every single trade that I take. So I never risk any more than that. I used to, but it's back in the old, like, you know,
What's about your time,
older
Tyler?
trading days. What's that?
What's about your time now?
Better time now? What do you mean?
Yeah, what's about your time? What's your time over there?
Oh, it's 7:20 in the morning here.
7:20 in the morning. 1 second. Let me see something. 7:20 in the morning.
Aren't you like 14 hours ahead or something? What are you?
I am. It's 1:20 here. I'm just. I'm 6 hours ahead of you.
Whoa.
I'm 6 hours ahead of you.
Look at gold.
Yep. There you go.
Eesh. Oh, look at that meltdown.
I'm 6 hours ahead of you.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm 6 hours ahead of you. And what's it called? Um, I don't know. I think you are 1 hour ahead of New York, right? New York time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
I mean,
I'm not in Cali right now. Somebody said I thought you're in Cali. No, I fly back out to Cali next week. On Wednesday, I fly back out there. Oh my God, look at gold.
once is 10 p.m. your. What did I say? 10 p.m. Once is 11 a.m. your time. I don't see any reason taking any more trades. I think the market volume is over. Once
Yeah.
London close,
Yeah.
lights out.
Yeah, you're right. I stopped taking trades around 9 a.m. I don't trade after 9 a.m. Wow, so you guys see how fast that just melted for us. That is insane. So when I anticipate moves like this, I can set a market order because sometimes it moves so fast. Oh my God, that thing is just melting off. It's going to tap into the support here probably. So now when you watch this thing melt without you, you just leave it alone. If you aren't in it, you don't chase it, because that's when you get hurt. And that's when, you know, that's when bad things start to happen. So perfect though. Perfect idea. I mean, it really can't get any more clean, right? The idea is just come in here, break it all down live, explain everything to a T, the execution, everything. Just
And then it happens.
and it happens. It's a beautiful thing. But Niles, I'm not in Chicago. I'm like 10 minutes from the Arch in St. Louis. But I go to California.
I was gonna pull up on you real quick if you were.
You're in Chicago?
No, I'm in Milwaukee, but I was gonna drive.
Oh, nice. Yeah, one of my boys is on the trading floor there in Chicago. I'll probably go there maybe after the summer or something. I haven't been there in a while.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I haven't been there. I haven't been there in quite some time. I think the last time I went to Chicago, I think was 3 years ago. I don't really go there often, honestly. Not too much there for me. But I got a ticket last time I was there. Those pricks there. I had my car parked on the side of the road and they gave me a ticket for no front license plate. I'm like, bro, come on. It's only because of the car. It wasn't anything else. Somebody got off to that.
Yep, that's the Midwest for you.
Hey, you put a Honda Accord there, they would have never touched that thing. That car was sitting there. They're like, I'm writing him a ticket. That cost me like $100 for that stupid ticket. I'm still paying for it with this gold short position 3 years ago. Robbed me. Somebody says, why is the gold price dropping like that? Just technicals, nothing too, I mean, end week, failure to break out, big run yesterday, pulling back, nothing crazy. The thing is, a lot of people try to pin a move behind every movement in the market, and sometimes it just isn't like that. Some things are just technically the market moves. So like we can have ideas for stimulus and this and that to help our ideas. Fundamentals can come into play. I'm not much of a fundamental trader. I was last year. It was easy under Trump. This year under Biden, I can't figure it out. And so that's why I changed. I can't figure it out. I suck at it. So
I
that's why I
mean, bro,
changed
man, I
everything.
can't figure anything out. I'm like, what is going on?
No, I don't get it. Guys falling upstairs on the plane and stuff. I don't understand. He don't
Oh,
if he
man.
don't know what he's doing, how am I supposed to know?
Goodness. Oh man.
40 pips, 42 pips. Wow. What an absolute meltdown. So then there's a way like you can cure the FOMO on moves like this. You can set these things like, let's say you're in with 2%, you can scale out 90% or like 80%, and then you can set your stops to break even on like a 10% runner or something and just let it go, then you can have other targets like at different support levels and you can pull the rest out, so there's ways you can catch the bigger moves. But volume like this is typical on a Friday or like a Thursday or Friday. The volume really kicks in. I'm more greedy on like a Monday or I'm more greedy as in taking the position out faster for myself on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A Thursday, Friday, there's some free range. Things just really take off. But GJ as well. I like this wick this created too. I like how price just dipped below this. So if price here, this 30-minute candle can close back above this level here, I think the next 30-minute candle will drop and create a bottom wick, then break the high here, and it's going to probably take off. So that's another trade idea for today. After that, we're going to be done with the trade ideas. No more. Somebody dropped their
Well, gold was
trade.
fire, man.
Oh, gold was absolutely fire. Somebody caught gold all the way up there last night. Oh, that's nice. 1756. Yeah. It's not bad.
I don't know, but for some reason I want to see GU buy.
Oh my God, look at gold just melting off. Let's see about GU. Let's see what it's doing. GU's not. You know me, I'm not much of a pullback trader, so I
Yeah.
think if it breaks this wick to the downside on the hourly, this 15-minute candle closing this bearish and the new 30-minute, if it breaks this low, it's probably going to continue down, honestly.
Yep, exactly what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm looking at.
Let's watch some GJ here. Let's see if this thing can give another execution today.
Where do you want to buy your GJ to?
I think there's a clean 4-hour range here. I want to say that you can ignore this wick because the volume we just watched in gold probably might happen here again. So I think back up into like 157.53 would make sense. See how this candle closed here. So there's a nice level here, a nice resistance. So this is a clean range in here, and really anticipating that these wicks over here get broken. So yeah, I think this 30 minutes going to close in what, a minute 50 seconds, and the next one I want to see drop to create a bottom wick, and then once it starts to break the highs, creating a top wick, I think it's going to take off. And even then, I like on a Friday, I don't want to overtrade, but the technicals are there, and gold was a decent idea, and this is a second decent idea. So let's see if this thing can set up.
Time and price.
Was anyone able to execute on that gold trade? Did anyone set an order? I want to know. Let me know in the chat. Anyone catch that? Anyone at all? Somebody was already in a gold trade. That might have moved too fast for some people. Anyone execute on that or no? Dang, it's still going. $50 pip drop on a on Friday. Parking ticket paid for. Yeah, oil's still hanging out on this daily chart. Still in a big consolidation. The dollar had a nice bounce off of this support here. So bullish dollar typically is like a bearish on the metals. That's just a correlation between the two. Now I don't trade them intraday together. Like if I see that the dollar's bullish, you know, I'm gonna steer clear while so if GJ pushes above this again, I think this thing's gonna run to the upside. And the way you can manage this trade, right? The way you manage this is if price starts to break back into this level, you really want to manage this trade. So it would be something like, you know, breaking the highs. You would have a stop loss down here. Your target is to fill this range. And if price starts to close back within this range, you want to minimize the losses, right? So lot size 5.0. $50 bucks a pip. So like with GJ here, you could, what I do with these is I give them a couple of minutes, right? When I really anticipate, like I really feel like this trade is going to push up. So I'll give it a little bit, right? That 30-minute did exactly what I wanted. It pushed down and then it started to break the highs. So we're seeing a little selling pressure here, but you know, ultimately you want to keep them losses small. So really if price starts to really break back down in here, like 5 pips or something, 4 or 5 pips, just close the trade and then wait for price to break back up into this and then execute to give a second chance. That's really it.
Yeah, I think there was some news. That's why all this week happened quickly on CAD.
Yeah, I really think we're seeing some rejection here, but now that we're like flirting with the idea of breaking into this range, I'm gonna be surprised if this is a fake out. I'm gonna be very surprised actually. So with this trade idea, let's see, it's about, you know, breaking the highs, maybe with spread down like 3 or 4 pips. But if it really starts to push back down in here, gotta cut the losses early. Do not hang on to it. Do not hang on to it. Because now ideally what you're watching is price closing back in this range, but there's a 1-minute resistance sitting here. You want to see price push back above this for this to be healthy, a healthy idea. And these kind of trades are like breakouts with volume. So you're really anticipating things to move. And again, you don't want to hold on to losers at all. Be very impatient with it. So it broke up, not enough. I mean, with spread, barely at in the money on that move. It really needs to break back up and make a nice impulse. So just being patient here. If a 1-minute candle will come and close above that, I think that's a pretty good sign that this was just a pullback. So this low for now is like locked in. And if that low gets broken, then ideally I'm gonna get out. And if not, then that was a pullback to form a smaller time frame support. And as we break this wick, it should continue up. So as this thing makes an impulse, considering the gold trade, considering it's Friday, considering this trade just gave a little drawdown, as it moves up, what I do is I find my entry price. I go look at it. And once this trade starts to make its breakout, I just put my stops at break even. And if it hits me at break even, that's fine. And if not, then it's going to run up and, you know, it's in the money. So just got to be patient. We're still finding some struggles here right now. So we really want a candle to close above this 1 minute resistance now, and then just continue up. And if price breaks back into this range and starts to break the 1 minute support here, then got to manage it and just close it out. Running into a bit of trouble here. I'm going to be very surprised if this thing on this breakout up here, I'm going to put my stops to break even after it breaks out, if it does. And I think after we have a candle that closes up in there, this thing should rip this range like probably pretty fast. But remember, these ideas come from higher time frames, right? I put the higher time frame in my favor, and then I just watch the lower time frames to help manage things and get an idea of what's going on. I don't trade off of a 1 minute or a 5 minute. I don't just enter based off of that. It's looking like it wants to break out. We really need this candle to close back above this. And then this thing should continue. So this is nice. I'm gonna be surprised if this doesn't just take off. This thing should rip here. Yeah, we're really getting some struggles here. It's because of this 15-minute wicks over here, but I really anticipated with volume in the breakout that we would break these, because on a higher time frame on a 4 hour, you know, that's just a little wick there, but there's all this clean range. So yeah, if it breaks the support, I am going to exit this. So again, there's 2% risk on this trade here, and you know, you're taking at a 10 pip stop and literally closed out less than probably half. So that's how I manage that. So nice gold trade. GJ tried to break out, couldn't get it to. So maybe if it holds the support, the way I give these a second chance is like if price comes and holds a support near, then starts to break the high again. That's an opportunity for a second chance to make a, it's another trade idea for a second chance. But again, the ones that won't break out or to have trouble like this, that's why I manage it like that. I just close it out super early. Like I don't sit there and play with it and hold on to it, because then if the thing melts all the way off and you're holding it, you're just sitting there pissed off like, why did I just do that? Why did I hold on to that? You know, if the second trade idea comes back around, then you're there for it. Gold was nice though. Perfect execution, perfect trade. Let's see if GJ will flip back around here at some point.
Yo, how come the class is quiet? Okay.
I was staring at something.
Okay.
Man, I was zoned out for a minute. I'm glad you said something. I got a message
was
and I
like-
was looking at it. I'm
It's
just
like,
sitting
what's
there
going on?
No, I'm over here jacking around. Yeah, so I think I'm willing to give this a second chance when it breaks the highs, and if it does, because what we have to understand is that we're still, I mean, we're coming off a lot of bullish pressure here, and I think we're seeing some rejection at this 15-minute wicks. Now, there's the idea that this thing, I mean, there could be an absolute meltdown, right? So again, that is why I cut those losers quick, and then I can leverage back in if and when it starts to break the highs using that support it makes as confluence, right? So if I just sit and be patient most of the time, I can get a second entry on these things and it'll play out a lot better. So that's why I just kind of chill out and I just stay patient and wait. But yeah, I think if we can break this high here again, I really think this thing is going to make its move. So I'm willing to execute there. And when it starts to break out, really be impatient with it and put my stops at break even quick. That way, if it hits me at break even, that's the last trade I take. And if it makes its move, then cool, I'll be in the money on it, but I don't want to worry too much. So let's see here. If we can break this high, I think this is going to be another opportunity for a breakout. But the way we're going to think about this is if it breaks back into this range at all, and I'm down like 3 or 4 pips or anything like that, I'm really going to close out and then be done. But this should be a break above this high. This should be a nice trade. Just patience, patience, patience. So if this next candle breaks these highs, pushes up into this is going to be probably a pretty good trade. Because we have to understand, again, overall, we're bullish on the hourly, the 4 hour, coming out of London session, big fake out over here, and 4 hour clean range over here. The opportunity is there. And this is why, like somebody asked yesterday, why don't you trade retracements? Why don't you trade pullbacks, things like that? Because I don't want to anticipate that this is where it's going to turn around and this is where I'm going. I would rather just play the breakout and be done with it and then manage the losers quick than get stuck in a pullback and price keeps dropping and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do all that. And it's nice because then I just sit and wait. And if it never breaks out or nothing never happens, then I'm just not in it. I don't have to worry about it. So big sell-off on gold and silver today, as expected. And gold might continue today. It's looking pretty bearish. So this will be the last trade idea. This will be the last trade. Decent idea on gold, small loss on GJ, second chance on GJ potential. And after that, call it a day, call it a week. it's really just the patience is everything. If you don't have patience, you're gonna absolutely blow up. It's everything. Just being patient. I'm pretty conservative by nature too. Like it's just how I've always been. I don't like change. I don't like things too. I don't like to really live too fast, nothing like that. So the whole idea of patience, I'm okay with. So the new 15-minute candle just started. If this 15-minute candle will break this high, I'm going to be very surprised if this thing does not make its move like I'm expecting. Once price pushes up in there, I'll execute a buy and we'll see what happens from there. I can see it. It wants to do it. Just got to be patient. See, this is one of those times where you can set an order up there. Man, it will not push up into this range. It's testing us. Oh yeah, a little more. Little more. Yep. Okay, so let's see if this thing starts to break back into this range like 4 pips, then have to manage this. We really want a candle to really push up in here. But this 15 minutes breaking the highs now of this previous, we had pulled back, created a bottom wick. Yeah, I mean, this thing's got a 4-hour range that's clean again. So, if it's going to be stubborn, that's okay. Yeah, I'm about done with this GJ today. I'm gonna end up being done. Yep, I'm out of this. So good, decent gold idea. I mean, within just a few minutes, this thing melted off. 2 tries on GJ. That's it. If it makes its move today, that's fine. It can move without me. Not too concerned. So I'm surprised this thing is giving this much trouble. It's pretty bullish coming off of London, clean range. And this is where it comes down, like sitting on your hands, being patient. You don't just keep executing. Because then what happens is I look back later and I'm very thankful that I don't just keep pressing buttons and trading and trading and trading, because it can keep just barely pushing up and then melting back off, barely pushing up. And if you execute every single time and the volume's not there, you're going to end up just losing everything you made in the day. So yeah, I mean, just a few, maybe 4 pips drawdown both times. And gold's 1-minute candle fell 18 pips right to the target. So yeah, you just leave it alone. That's really it. And these losses, people criticize and this and that. Oh, you shouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Just do the same thing every single day. I've never met a trader that actually does it that doesn't lose. It's impossible. It is impossible. You will always take losses. They'll always be a thing. They'll always be a thing. So you have to You have to
Well,
have
well,
self-control.
I don't think Trump lost. Did he? Dude was virtually controlling everything.
Yeah.
Just throws out the tweet, and then he's at the moon, and then gold is melting. Oh my goodness, Joe Biden, what's up with you, man? Do something for the people.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I am just gonna sit here and sit on my hands and watch this. But again, I'm gonna be surprised if this thing does not. I feel it. I feel it in my gut. This thing is gonna. It's gonna make its move today, and then what's even better is it's gonna do it without me because I'm not gonna trade it again. It's just discipline, part of the game. Again, good. Gold broke down all higher time frames. GJ both broke down all higher time frames, down to my entries, down to my exact thoughts on everything. And then that's how I manage a loser too. So I give things like, typically I'll give things 1 to 2 tries. And again, if it doesn't work out, I'll wait just to know that I'm right, but I won't trade it again. I won't trade it again. I can feel it. This thing's going to make its move. It's going to end up doing it without me. And that's okay. I can sit and watch and then just be thankful that I was right about it. So typically, like if this was my second time trading this, I would give this a second chance on a break, anticipating the move. But again, I'm not trading this. I'm here to watch now. Now, oh, I love seeing it. At 15 minutes, got that nice bottom wick. Should just continue driving into this range. It's hilarious. You gotta love it too. It's almost sometimes like there's just a target sitting on my back, you know? It's like these people are watching what I'm doing. So what I would do if I was in this is I would set to break even already. If I was having you know, just the day that is happening and it's Friday and blah blah blah, I would set to break even and really anticipate that volume continues pushing this trade up. And yeah, I mean that's that.
they didn't want you on this though.
Bro, they got targets on me now. I'm telling you. These guys are watching.
They waited for you to say, "Oh
I'm,
man, I'm just here to watch,"
yeah, I
and then
know,
the
I'm
next thing they
telling you.
left.
I'm telling you. But you know, it like just sometimes exercising patience and exercising, I don't even know, just exercising the patience really. That sometimes feels better than 100 pip trade, you know, that when I sit
Yeah,
there and then I watch it play out, I'm relieved, you know. I at least want to see it. I at least want to see that I'm right. I guess it's more of an ego thing than anything. I with myself.
someone said it's DraftKings' fault.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh my
as
god.
soon as I told Trap King I was gonna buy, he went in there and put some standard lots right where I bought it, and then he dropped the price on it, flipped
Oh
on the
my
buys.
goodness. Crazy, man.
Yeah, it is so stupid, isn't it?
Yep.
You gotta love it.
Oh,
You gotta love it. And then it does it without me. So again, if I were in this, I don't know if anyone is, I would put it at break even because you don't want to. It's a Friday. You don't. It's making its move, and if it's going to make the move, then it is right. You don't want to sit there and play around with something that won't break out, or you don't want to jack around with the volume. You want the thing to move. So by now, like it should be approaching like really, 10 pips up here. By then, I would just scale out for your troubles. That's what I would do. So again, at break even right now, if you're in it, and then, you know, if it pushes up into this level up here, or somewhere near, I would exit the trade. But
I
yeah.
saw somebody trade a pair, AUD CHF. And I've been asking myself, do those pairs even exist? People really trade stuff, man. AUD CHF, NZD CHF. Like what? Who does that?
No, I don't. I've never traded anything like that.
Oh man.
I
Pairs
don't,
don't even move.
I couldn't even tell you what it looked like. If I had to guess, it probably has candlesticks. That's all I know. Man. Oh boy. Oh, GJ. What a it's bittersweet. We're gonna have to have a talk this weekend.
Jeez.
Yep.
The whole week. I mean, GBP is just I mean GU, GJ, they just went straight down. I'm gonna reactivate my I mean, I don't like to hold trades for too long, maximum 2 days. I think I'm gonna start again because I've been looking at all these moves and I'm like pissed that I mean I should have caught as much as look at this. GU moved how many? Let's see. GU moved in total. GU have moved about 240. And I'm sure I've been able to catch like 150. But guess what? How many did I pick? I picked about 40. Like what?
Yeah, it's
Just
like
once a week.
It's trouble though. Like sometimes then when you flip to that idea, then you get kind of greedy and then it doesn't work out like that the next time. And then you go back to what you were doing, and then it flip flops. It's like I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, these people just sit and watch. It's almost like there's just targets on your back sometimes, you know.
They had no riskies on board and they decided to come in to check.
Oh, GJ. Look at that. Wow. 10 pips hit. There it is. There it is. So GJ's complete. You hate to see it. That's hilarious. Sheesh. Oh, I mean, again, it can't get any more pure, any more clear, nothing. All higher time frame confluence, breakouts in the clean zones, 1 to 2 chances. You got to see a mixture of everything. You got to see a nice volume trade today, a breakout, a big runner. You got to see everything called live. You got to see 2 losers managed, both. I mean, and within half of what I planned on losing, if not a little less. And then ultimately this thing played out. So if there's anyone who stayed greedy and didn't close earlier and you held it, I guess good job. Although I would have rather seen you manage it and take 2 losers than hold through what could have been a bigger loss and then make the money. I'd rather see those losses.
So while I was saying, I mean, I wanted to see GU buy. I mean, I was just like, I wanted to see GU buy. I wanted to see GU buy. Oh, GU, I want to see you buy. And then GU, just can you imagine, just 40 pips? You know, I don't like 40 pips. Look at that. Exactly where I was waiting for it. I mean, that what the hell? If you want to move, move.
Man.
But unfortunately, you don't trade GU, so sorry for your loss.
Yeah. I'm sorry for my loss too. Old GJ. EJ did it to me today. Oh, GJ. Oh, GJ. Look, it tapped that target to a T. Just tapped right into it. Turned around. Literally wicked into it.
Right in our faces.
That's funny for real. And then I'll be driving later to the gym and I'll just be sitting there thinking about GJ today. Then I'll pull my phone up and then I'll look at it while I'm driving, although you're not supposed to do that. And then I'll just be laughing at myself in the car because I think it's funny. It used to be like when I didn't manage risk and I would over leverage on these trades, bro, I would be stressed out the whole day about it. Now it's like I can take one win and it'll cancel out two losers. And even then some, especially when you get something that just accidentally moves so fast like this today.
Yeah.
You know, you can really keep up. It's just you minimize those losses and you can keep up with it. But I'll be sitting there later today, you know, driving, thinking about it and just laughing to myself. I would have never
I mean,
laughed before.
I mean, there's nothing better than calling out a trade. I mean, just watching it happen right in front of you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I mean, there's nothing better than that, you know.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I was really more interested in the GU though. Anyways, so I mean, because so far while studying, I understand that the market, at some points, the market could start like it was just like a straight out Monday, and then the market sold off. That was on GBP USD, straight up Monday sell, and then the market continued bearish and all the way down. I mean, but then guess what? When the market does something like that, we expect Thursday, Friday for the market to establish the low of that week. And then at that point, there are certain parameters you look out for, and then you see if you can actually take out something from. I mean, but right now the market we have like another let's say what time is it? Let's say we have like another like in the next 1 hour. In the next 1 hour, because the market created the low of the week. Sorry, the low of today created it at London. Created the low of the day in London, and I mean this market may end up where it opened. That's GU. It may end up where it opened.
Yeah.
That's where it may. I mean, sometimes it happens. Man, to be honest, man, price action is everything. If you can understand it, then you're good.
So
I mean, you understand the candles from the wicks to the 1 minute to the pin bars
uh-huh.
to the kill zones. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I mean, some people just think, oh man, I just pull out my fib and all that. Sometimes the reason why we pull out our fibs is just because we just want to pull out our fibs.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't like now what you did today, you didn't even look, you didn't need fibs to do anything.
Uh-huh.
You just marked out your zones and you're just looking at okay, this week was gonna get filled and all that. And then the same thing happened, the same thing is happening right now in GU. We didn't pull out any fib. But if we were to pull out a fib, obviously where the market took off from is going to be the 62%. I don't see how that's not going to be a 62%. But then we didn't pull out no fib. So I mean this market, I expect the market to move as much as let's say 50.62. I expect this market to still move up. That's GU, but it's Friday though. But you know,
Yeah.
stops break even and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, want to see 9 more pips to where I initially want to see it. I want to see if it's going to take out that short-term high. Exactly right there.
Yeah.
I want to see if it's going to take out that short-term high, and if it does, then for another 37 pips. Bro, this is fun, you know.
So someone asked in the chat, like, did they said they're reflecting on the gold short this morning and at 1744 and then a buy at 1740. You know, it's only a $4 difference. How do you profit? Because even buying 60 ounces, you only net $240. So the way this works is everything's highly leveraged in this market, and for every you can have like you can have up to 1 to 500 on your money. So your every dollar I put down, my broker will match 500. So you have highly leveraged money. These small movements you're seeing, like if I have $50 a pip in there, right? These small movements you're seeing, every single pip is every single pip like is gonna be, let's say you have $1 a pip or 10 cents a pip, $10 a pip, right? Every pip it's going to match that. So this drop here was like an 18 pip drop down to our target. So let's just say hypothetically you hold that whole thing with $10 a pip in there. Well, if you have $10 a pip and it moves 17 pips, you're going to make $170, right? If you hold 10 to 15 pips and you have $50 a pip in there, that's going to be $500, right? So that's the way the lot sizes work. So like vice versa on GJ for the loser, right? If you manage that loser when it dropped back down and was about like 4 pips or so 5 pips. Let's just say you had $50 a pip in there. Well, you lost 250, right? So that's kind of how it's explained. The money's leveraged. It's highly leveraged in this market. You're not buying like, you're not actually buying, you're not actually spending like $1,740 for, I guess you could say, a share in this market and then making that little money. That's not what's happening here. Whatever you want to call it. It moves by pips, percentage interest point, price interest point. It's just a measurement of the movement, right? That's really it. Man, gold got absolutely demolished. That's 100 pips. Oh my God. Sheesh. Someone says, how much profit did you make today? Over or under 5K?
I don't know. I saw the question, but I was waiting for you to finish.
Yeah.
Somebody, I mean, some of these questions, when you ask that kind of question, okay, I'm trying to understand what you're trying to achieve with the response, because man, I could easily tell you it's $3,000. Another person can easily tell you it's just $30. But then again, it depends on the account size and it depends on how much you're willing to risk. As a matter of fact, depend on your account size though. So if I say $5,000 or $7,000, okay, what happens to the person that doesn't have that size of account? It could get, actually, the person could get discouraged and all that. It's like, man, what am I actually doing? That is one of the reasons why we find it very difficult to like post profits, because we want everybody to try as much as possible to understand. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to be doing now, what I'm going to do next week is for every of those trades, I'm going to try like 0.02, 0.03, and then I'll post it so that everybody's saying 0.02, 0.03, 0.1, and all that, so that it's something that they can actually relate with, because not everybody that has a huge account. Some people don't even have that. Okay, so it's not by how much did you make under 5K or how much did you make above 5K. The question is, even if you made $1, you are a profit, and the same effort it takes you to make $1 is the same effort it's going to take to make $1 million, just depending on your account size. That's the only difference. Okay, so it's not about the amount. It's about it's just about your account size, to be honest. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like I used to go around posting and showing, and I used to go around posting, showing, splurging this and that. And that it really doesn't do anything for anyone. At the end of the day, like people will sit and watch that and then they go like, oh, you had a $5,000 week. Well, I want to do that. And then they go try to mock that. And then they don't have the account, then they're over leveraged and they lose the whole account. And it's like, so
and then the next thing they call you a fraud.
Yeah, and then I get called fake and this and that. It's like nah, you don't go there. You have to. To me, I would rather see than somebody posting they made 10K today or $7,000 this week, right? I would rather see somebody do this right here than me show that I made 7K this week.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
exactly.
what difference is it going to make? What's it going to do for your day? I'm still going to go on about my day. I'm still going to live my life. I'm still going to do what I do every single day, with or without anyone, with or without showing anything. And then where does it get you? It doesn't.
Like Tana, what you just did right now on that trade setup. I mean, if everybody were to take that trade, if everybody took that trade, the truth is some people would have used like 0.01, some people would have used 0.1, some would have used standards. And the person that used the standard, because you were actually targeting 18 pips, or let's assume the person left the trade open and was able to go for the whole 100. If that person on the standard lot would have been making like $1,000, yes, $1,000, but the person that used 0.01 will just be making $10, but they did the same thing. Yeah. So it boils down to the account size, and that's what we need to understand. Are you risking, like what somebody's posting in the chat, which I really like? Somebody said, are you risking 1 million to make $5,000? That doesn't even make any sense. So I mean, you should risk less to make more. I mean, I'm willing to risk $100 to make 200 or 150 or even $100 than to risk $200 to make $50. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a matter of risk to reward. Is how you're going to play around with it. That's what I think, though. That's what I do. I mean, we've been doing for the last time. Like I said, it's 3 years. I need to cut a cake today. 3 years trading. Oh my goodness.
It all just comes, this game is probability, it's numbers, it's you know, you don't even, I'm not the smartest person, but I am good at being repetitive. I have patience. I think it's kind of about your environment too. Like, I grew up around patient people. I grew up around people that have been in the market for, my grandpa since the 60s, my dad for the last 35 years. I've watched them sit on investments for the longest times. So I got to understand patience, and then I just apply that, as well as then it goes back to other things, right? So I have a black belt in judo and jiu-jitsu as well. So I use those things in life too. It's all about the patience in those games. It's a game of chess, right? And I use that same thing. I apply, everything runs together. Trading, getting on the mat and training, whatever it is, right? I don't get too worked up about it. This game is just patience. It's numbers. It's math. It's probability. And if you can grasp that idea and actually do it, you can keep from exploding, right? So like DraftKings saying, if I take a buyout on GJ here, right, I risk 10 pips on this to make 10, but ideally I want to cut the loss in half, like I showed twice, right? I want to cut the loss in half. So ideally, all of a sudden that becomes a 2-to-1 risk reward. I risk one and I make two. So you look at gold, right? Same idea. We knew that we were going to have a 10 pip stop. We knew that if price started to push back into the range, that we would close less than half of the position, or less than half of the anticipated loss. And then the thing ran, right? So if we would have had to close gold, we would have closed a 5 pip loss. And that all of a sudden, that idea becomes a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 kind of idea. So the numbers, you see how it's a game of numbers every single time. If you can cut them losers early, and you can then give your trades a second chance, when the volume kicks in to run that trade, that risk reward is going to come into play. Just like gold dropped 1 minute like that, 20 pips, right? That risk reward will come back. You'll make that money back. It's not the end of the world at all. People sit there and beat themselves up and this and that. Again, like I said, like, good trade on gold, great, executed twice on GJ, and then had to sit and watch GJ make the move without me. And then I just think about it, like, I'll laugh about it later on. It's completely fine with me. Gold was a good trade. I cut my losses on GJ very quick, so I didn't let it snowball effect and end on a bad week. So again, it's just a game of numbers.
Yeah. So if you're not in no risk, then you're losing, because like gold, we caught gold by, and then look at what time I did with sell. That was crazy, man. Crazy. Different styles, but at the end of the day, we want to remain profitable. So that's just it.
Two different things, and both saying the same thing in different ways. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Yep.
Someone says, like, just go drive to the store, and we both take different routes. We get there, almost same time. It's okay. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do. This is also the thing. You find somebody, you copy what they do, and then make it your own. Find the people that are doing the things you want to do, literally copy it. I heard my favorite billionaire to listen to is Chamath Palihapitiya. This guy he takes these companies and builds these companies, and he started out as a derivatives trader when he was late early 20s. And this guy just, he always says, just find people that are doing the cool things in life that you want to do and literally copy it. Just be a good copier. That's literally what this guy says. It's just exactly that. Just find out what other people are doing, figure out how you can make it your own, because you're not going to do the same thing as everyone else. Everyone's a little bit different. And then just do it, do it on your own. I guess really don't question yourself. Just execute on it. It's really the execution. A lot of people sit and think and think and think and think. At some point, you just got to execute. Bottom line. Man, GJ, what a run this thing had. Just broke out and ran like 20 pips too. See, the S&P had a big sell-off today. Bitcoin still bullish, dollar still bullish. See what happened with GU. That thing pulled back a little bit earlier.
Nah, I think GU still has let's see. 1 second, let me see something. GU still has like, let me see what I'm expecting. Expecting GU still like how many more pips? Let's see this. About 98 pips to the upside. GU still has like about 98 pips to the upside, and the settings I'll be looking out for right now. I mean, I'm a break even, so if it doesn't move now, I mean, on Monday we could catch another opportunity. I just expect the market to open up and give me a low on London, and then if it gives me a low on London, I'll just wait for New York, and then we'll look for how we can do something about it. But in the meantime, I mean, there's really nothing happening. In the next one, or in the next, what's it called? In the next, okay, what happens is for you guys need to understand that what the market really does is between 10 a.m. Eastern Standard and 12. Between 10 a.m. Eastern Standard and between 10 and 12 Eastern Standard, between 12 a.m. and 12 noon, okay, the market is going to make the high of the day or the low of the day within that time. So, I mean, that's around close of London. So the market is going to make it, what's it called? The market is going to create a high, like what we have in here on GU. It created a low during London. And so what, like I was saying, I want to see the market create a high. If I was like in this trade, once the time gets close, it gets to that time. All right. What I'll just do, whatever the market has given me, I just close it out and I get out of the market because I don't want to be in the market when nothing is really happening. Because after then, the market is basically going to be consolidating. And then we'll wait for another opportunity on Monday. And then we'll look for the volume because the volume happens, especially during the London session and New York session. That is just right now when, like what time I see right now. So between like between 7 to 10, right? If I'm not mistaken, between, let's see. Yeah, between 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. That's when you want to see the market do some crazy moves during New York. That's New York anyway. So and between 2 and 5, that's London. So the market, that's where the market tends to create either the low or the high of the day. So like my studies, I've made to understand that the easiest session to trade happens to be the New York session because you already have the opportunity of knowing what London has already done. So I mean, anybody that trades London, man, you need to give that person some respect.
Yes. So
London is crazy.
And then this goes back to knowing your times, the volume times. Like you'll hear people say like, oh, I trade Forex and it's a 24-hour market and blah, blah, blah. It's not 24 hours. I mean, this thing probably consolidates like 80% of the day. So you need to understand high volume times. Like we come in the morning, it's the same thing every time. 7 a.m. Central Time, New York open. We have the banks trading, so high volume. Then we have 8:30 in the morning. So here in 12 minutes, we have equity open on the New York Stock Exchange. So then you can pick up some volume in there. So by 9 a.m., I know that my volume is pretty much dead and I need to be done for the day. So yeah, you guys understand there's times to trade. And then you have the London session, right? So 2 a.m. Central Time. You can get some volume from London Open because it's a major session. I gave that up a long time ago. There was a while when I was staying up trading New York or London straight into New York and then just sleeping all day and then same thing over again. But I don't like doing that. I want to wake up, be done in a few hours, go on about my day and live a normal life rather than be up all night. Sleep schedule's all screwed up. People making me crabby trying to hang out during the day. I don't want to do that.
So I mean, between between what's it called? Between 5 to 7. I mean, there are times you want to take your trades. The best times to actually take your trades are like those times that Tana just called out. Those are like the best times you want to be jumping in the market, and then you want to be done with the market when those times are over with. Because what happens after then is the market tends to consolidate. The market tends to consolidate. And today's Friday, so I mean, we have like in the next 40 minutes. In the next 40 minutes, if you haven't picked an entry, then I mean, what are you doing? You don't need to take any trade anymore. Forget about it. Because the market could easily consolidate. I mean, that's not when you're not going to see any news. The whole news has happened. Okay, and the truth is, the market is like an algorithm, because I mean, you wonder, there's news. Oh, news, Forex factory. Well, guess what? The market does the same thing over and over and over every day. Nothing changes. But then you say, oh, there's news. This news says we don't know what the news. Oh, better than expected, was unexpected. But then guess what? It's better than expected. But then the market is giving you the opposite. Why? Everything is an algorithm. Yes, they try to manipulate it, but some people already know the results of the news before the news comes out. They already know. I mean, you guys go check out this movie Billions. I mean, your spare time.
Oh, Billions is so good. It's funny, like, too, because you have like unemployment claims come back bad this week, yet the US dollar is like going up. So this is why you never see me check news when I start, like very rarely. And the only reason I'll check news, I'll see like when the Fed's speaking. I have interest in hearing this idiot speak sometimes, but I don't even half of the time I don't even understand what they're saying. And then it doesn't even really matter because the market doesn't even correlate with it, like does the exact opposite. I stopped paying attention to news a long time ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Major things like that like stimulus and this and that. I'll listen to overall fundamentals on the economy, just broader things, so I can understand maybe when certain assets might take off again. But I don't watch all that. So somebody says, wasn't buying that gold on the way down when it dropped 20 pips a good time to buy and wait for the rise? Would that not be making on the short? No, not a good time to buy. No, if you bought gold while I was selling this, your account got absolutely cleaned out. because these moves are very volatile. Like these moves, when you're in there with highly leveraged money and you don't have a stop loss, this move can blow your whole account depending on how you're risking it. So the idea of buying gold, like it's just not a good idea. You would need to see like a big support ran into, price hold the support, price breaking back above structure. There's a lot that goes into it, right? So clean buys on gold this morning would have been like above this 4-hour wick here and this clean 4-hour range here. So clean buys would have been up here towards 1750. Had we held a support down here and started a break up into this range, this would have been a good area to find a breakout buy to run it up. But nah, and this is the thing, a lot of people do the complete opposite of the market, and they'll be trying to buy, like the obvious momentum is to the downside, right? Like we talked about this morning. So why, if the momentum's to the downside, why try to buy? That's what a lot of people are doing. They're sitting there buying on this support,
trying to catch a falling knife.
And yeah, that's exactly the way I explain it. And they're trying to catch a falling knife. And then these are the kind of people that say, oh, this market's, this market's manipulated, this is a stop hunt. Oh, you hear all kinds of excuses. It's just, yeah. I mean, take your time. You've only, I don't know if you're new or not, or if you ask your questions though, because that way you can understand. But yeah, when you see something really moving like that, you don't want to do the opposite. If anything, you want to jump in with it in that direction. So the short position, obviously was the proper trade here. The way to look at that is, like TrapKing says, catching a falling knife, never a good idea. You really just want to leave that alone. So there's GU now making its breakout, TK.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yep.
I'm seeing it. So that's up like 30 pips up already. So
nice.
I mean, look at the candle. That was the candle I actually looked at it off of the 15 minutes. If you look at the lowest down candle, The lowest down candle. Exactly, the lowest down candle. That huge bearish candle, that one. Yeah, exactly. On top of it. On top of it, yeah, that was the exactly right there. That was the entry.
Like when it broke back up, you executed a buy here.
No. I didn't do that. I waited for New York to do that because when it broke, I didn't do all of that during London. I was waiting for
all right.
London. That's why I was like, why do I feel this market is going to be a buy right now?
Yeah.
That's when I said that. So,
Yeah. So you're in here.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're
I mean,
approaching 40 pips, just about 35
Yeah, I
pips, spread probably 33.
yeah. So I mean, when the market closes by, I mean, in the next 35 minutes, wherever it is, I'll close out. Wherever
Yeah,
it is, I'm closing out, and I'll return on Monday and see what he has for us.
yep. Yeah, it's a good
I
trade.
just feel we're gonna have a beautiful week next week.
Yeah, so Trap King, remember in the beginning when I was saying that a buy above this 6 o'clock wick would make sense too to run
Yeah,
back
exactly.
up in the range. So yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
I think that would be a couple pips, but yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
just
then
got them high there. So
this range would be a concern, this resistance, and then the next spot I'd be looking at is like up here. Then if we go down to a 1 hour, this spot here would make sense, and this spot would make sense. So yeah, if my ranges aren't big enough too, like I just won't trade it. This isn't a very big range. It's pretty much filled the range already, and that's 4 or 5 pips. So I guess, more so expecting it to run the range all the way up.
So, I mean, but what I want to say is the moment the market gives the full move, I mean, if it doesn't give, I don't expect to give the whole move today, but on Monday, we expect to, I mean, the market has just gotten back to where the market opened. I mean, guys, listen up. Very, very important. The Forex market opens at midnight New York time. That is a proper trading day. Midnight New York time. That is a proper trading day. And the bond market closes by, I think, is it 3 p.m.? I think,
yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it's 3 p.m. But the Forex market opens by midnight. Not all of those stuff you see on TradingView, and they tell you that, okay, the market opens when, what's it called? How do they even call that stuff? When the market closes, when New York closes, then one after, then the market opens again for Asia.
Oh,
Nope.
The spread hour?
Exactly. The proper Forex market opens by midnight New York time and closes for any proper trader by 3 p.m. Any proper trader. So that's when I talk about when the market opens, that's the time I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the other time that when the market closed and all that. So I mean the market just hit our opening price. That's the market. I mean, you can see if you look at your chart, you're gonna see it there. The opening price, the market that's why the market stopped where it is. That's the opening price of by midnight. That's the opening price. I guess. No, that's not the opening price. But I think that's close to the opening price though. So I want to see the market. I just want to see the market close, like consolidate from here on till maybe what's it called? Monday. And then we'll see what to do.
Yeah. Yep. It's nice. I love waking up at like 5:30 in the morning and just being done with my day by 8:30.
Yeah. I used to have this friend a while ago. This guy, for the last 2 years, what the guy has done, the guy trades only GU. He doesn't even know any other pair. He trades only GBP USD and he uses only 7 pips. For every trade he takes one trade on GU, 7 pips. Stop loss 7 pips, and then maybe he makes 20, 30, or maybe 40 pips, and it's done. That's all it takes, like 2 in a week, and it's done. That's all he does. Same thing over and over and over. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to win every trade. You will lose some.
Yep.
But I think sticking to one pair happens to be the best.
It's you understand a couple of your pairs, and Just trade them, man, and just really manage the risk. That's it. That's literally all. There's only a few things you're in control of in this market, and your actions are one of them. You can't, because this market's always right. This market will always be right, so it's never wrong. So that's all you can do. Manage the risk, and after that, that's it. You can't get too worked up about things. I mean, today's a good mix of everything. You get to see a nice trade work out. You get to see a loser. You get to see a loser. You get to see another winning idea. You got to hear GU idea, So this is a good mix of the reality, right? You need to cut your losses short, have some good winners, play the
But
numbers
I have
game.
I have a very big problem, and that problem is cutting losses short. That's a very, and I'm saying that for everybody. I'm saying that for everybody to hear, so that you guys know you're not alone in this stuff. Sometimes I have a problem. Sometimes I could just, it's not that it happens, it's not every time it happens. Sometimes I could just be like, man, this market should buy. This market expects you to buy. And then the market goes against me. And I'm like, man, I could have cut this market short. But then guess what happens? The market still goes my way. But then the reason why I have decided to keep myself that way and I'm decided not to look at it like a problem is because I had already calculated the risk in my mind, how much I was willing to risk before I took that trade. That is just the only, that was the only way I was able to like take it like that. But cutting, when I'm in a trade and I'm like, cut it, man, it's very difficult for me to do. Especially if I feel I'm right. Very difficult.
Yeah, I was gonna mention something. Oh, that was a thing too. Like when I did, because at the end of every trading year, I'll do a recap, just scrolling, just running back on my trades, because I'll take the last month of the year completely off. I won't even trade. And I'll really dig into my trades and just ask myself, like, what in the world did I do sometimes? And then I try to see what I can change, because I'm human too, so I screw a lot of things up. And there's a few things. A, not cutting losses when I need to, and then B, really focusing on certain more in-depth technicals. There's just a few things, but that cutting the losses early, dude, that'll keep you alive in this game. If you can just shut it off, you don't want it to overflow and blow yourself up, but you've got to be able to shut things off just as fast as you turn them on. And to me, this year, it's been a good year. This year has been, every year I amaze myself. This year, really, the growth this year was insane already. I feel like a whole new person. Yeah, I feel refreshed, like brand new. Look at that, GU tapping into the target here.
Yep. So the market officially has taken out the opening price of today. Yep. Opening price. That's midnight New York time. The market has officially hit that price, and
let's see if it can tap into the level up here. See if it can tap into it.
I mean, it does all this. Then I'm just let me just even look at it for just a second. Let me look. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see all of the levels you're calling out. I'm now looking at it on my chart. Yeah. So this is Friday. Okay, go ahead.
What I was looking at was earlier when we were looking at this, I was talking about the break above this 4 o'clock candle, and then a run up to that resistance. Then the second one, right? The second clean range would have been all the way up to clean 4-hour range here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that hit. But when I drop down to a 1 hour, this level here makes a little more sense. So it's kind of tapping into it just about now. So again, when this was down here, I was talking about this range is too small. So you would really be taking that trade anticipating the full range to get filled, but I mean, you got a pretty nice entry down here. You're doing, you might be able to pay for my parking ticket.
Oh man, this is 45. Oh my goodness. I just need, like I told you guys, I'm going to close out in the next 25 minutes. Wherever it gets to that point, I'm going to close out wherever it gets to, because at that point, I don't expect the market to do anything. what I want to see the market do now is, I mean, clear out. There's a short-term high to the left on 15 minutes. There's a short-term high to the left on the 15 minutes. Yep, exactly. I want to see the market take out that high. Once the market takes out that high, then I'm done.
That would be that full 4-hour range too. This is a
Okay.
clean
Oh,
range, so that would
there you go.
be nice.
So that's a short-term high. Once the market takes that out, it's over. Over. Nothing more. Man.
Hey, you ever seen up here on TradingView when the market closes? Up here, it'll have a red thing, and then it'll say like markets closed, go for a walk.
Oh man, I never paid attention to that stuff. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Every week it closes, and then my weekend depression sets in. I hate the weekends, bro. I don't like a weekend. You know, the weekend is when the idiots come out, and then these all the idiots come out on the weekends. Really, there's nothing good that happens in the weekend at all. I honestly, nothing. It's 2 days of just nonsense. I guess sometimes it's good to get away, but at the end of the day, it's just a toxic 2 days.
But I mean, it's good. It's good for the mind.
Yeah, I guess if I was trading like 7 days a week, then I would say, okay, I need 2 days. So it's good. It is good, but I don't like the
For
weekend.
those guys that do not know, during the weekends, what I do is I watch football. When I mean football, I'm not talking about American football. I'm talking about football that you usually like to play. I watch football. That's number one. And then number two, I go and study. I've been here 3 years and I'm still studying as if I'm in the university. I keep studying and studying and studying. The whole of things that we need to still learn. You need to keep on sharpening your skill because you will get better. You will get better. I mean, as soon as this call is over with, I'm going to go like 1 hour study, and then I say, okay, what next? And then maybe just take a nap or eat something and watch a movie or something. So just look at GU. How beautiful. But Tanner doesn't trade GU.
Nah, no GU. I did this year. I traded GU, I think twice this year, maybe 3 times, but I don't ever trade GU. I did something actually. It was a pretty stupid idea, honestly. GJ and gold weren't setting up for me one morning, and then I went and traded GU, and I don't trade GU.
Man.
And then I took a loss.
Oh,
I don't go back.
I imagine how pissed you would have been.
It was a very stupid idea, and I told myself I wasn't going to do that again this year, so I just haven't. If my trades don't set up, it is what it is. The market comes back around. It'll come back around. But speaking of off days, I'm gonna fly back out to Cali on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna go to Vegas after a few days there, and then my birthday's on a Saturday while I'm in Vegas.
All right, that's good. Okay, so guys, quick nuggets. Quick nuggets. The market, whenever the market opens, what you expect is most people do not trade in Asia. When the market opens, one of the things you see is the market opens with some level of consolidation. And then after that consolidation, the market is either going to make a low or a high, depending on what kind of day that will be. Is that going to be a day that we're going to be all bearish, or is that going to be a day that we're going to be all bullish? That is what the market does. It does it every day. It starts a consolidation. It's either going to buy and then, give a high and then sell off, or a low and then buy off. Now it does that every day, and it does that every week. When the week starts, the market. So probably you could get like Monday could be a consolidation day, and Tuesday could create a high of the week, and then the market sells off. Okay, that's just a quick one. I don't want to say too much. There's more I want to say, but I don't want to say too much. Let's just keep it at that. The good thing is that we're able to catch a few things today, and you guys saw it happen. So I think, Tana, you've done very well today for the people. So
yes, I did my good deed. I did my good deed for the day, I think.
And I just felt it wise to hop on and give you some support.
Yeah, I like it. There we go. Good GU. You made me look at GU. Maybe somebody called that too. So somebody asked me, I have a question when we do a Q&A with Nate, can't comment on YouTube. Well, you'll be able to comment. We'll be able to fix the commenting issue. We had a couple technical issues, but we're gonna work it out and have it ready by Sunday. Put money on Trump.
Wait, hold on. Are we only on Telegram?
Huh?
I mean, are we only on Zoom right now?
Yeah, we're only on Zoom.
On YouTube also?
Nah, not on YouTube. I'm gonna sort out the YouTube. I tried this week, but there was some technical issues. I'm gonna sort it out this weekend, and then we'll be ready to have the live streams on YouTube. So
Okay, perfect.
I think all of my live streams are gonna be later in the week for volume reasons. That way we don't get choppy trades. Maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of idea. But next week there will be no. I might do one early in the week because maybe Wednesday we can do one, but Thursday I'm not going to trade. Thursday or Friday I'll be traveling, and then Monday I'll be traveling as well. Tuesday I might need a day. I might need an IV or something, so we'll see.
Just make sure you don't get in trouble.
No trouble for me. They got to they got to catch me first.
All right, so 20 more minutes, and I think I'm already done for the day. I mean, there's nothing else, nothing more to do.
Yeah, nothing more. But the idea that somebody asked me if I think Trump will win the next election. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they cheat him out again. I mean, I don't know. I to be honest with you, I really have no idea. Would I like somebody different in there? Sure. But my thing is I don't like to get too worked up. Here's the thing. You watch, like, this year has showed me how stupid a lot of people were, because people stopped being family with family. They stopped being friends with friends. People broke up with each other over politics. It's like, what in the world are we doing here? This world is like absolutely crazy to me. So I don't get worked up about it. I don't care what happens. In the end, at the end of the day, I find a way to make money off of whoever's in office, a way. I look at their policies and then I find out whose I like more. It's not about a person to me. It's not about, do I like this person more than that one? It's about their policies, and that more people are basing their votes off of like these personal issues they have instead of policies. I don't like Biden's policies. I don't want him there. He's not cut out for the job, period. Trump had some good policies. So ideally, that is why I enjoyed that person doing the things that he did. Now, again, I don't get worked up about like politics. That's stupid to me. I'm not gonna, these people, honestly, at the end of the day, they could see me out and they ain't never gonna care about me, right? These people don't care about me. I don't care about them. They don't care about my family. They don't care about if I'm gonna make money. They don't care about if I'm gonna go pick out a new car next week. They don't care about, they don't care about nothing. They're all there for personal gains, and that's it. So I don't get concerned about it. I'm not gonna be able to change anything that's happening anyway. So why even care? I am strong. I'm opinionated though. I think I would make a lot of people mad if I actually said how I really felt. But again, I refuse to get that emotionally invested in other people. That is idiotic. I'm invested in the people around me that I love, and that's about it. Everyone else, I could care less about them. I don't care. And some people even get mad about that. Oh, you're not so far gone that, why don't you think this way? It's like, just chill out for a while, will you? I get tired of hearing about it. All the politics and this and that this year. It's just been, I don't even want to hear it. These people are crazy out there fighting each other and, man, killing each other over it. That's crazy. I got too much to do to worry about that. I'm just trying to make some money and hang out. That's it. Yeah, so we're approaching, remember I told you guys 9 o'clock, normally done by 9 o'clock. So we're about 15 minutes out. Again, we had good gold broke down, right? We had GJ broke down 3 times, managed some loser twice. The trade played out, and then Trap King came in and talked about GBP USD and gave the idea of targets on that as well. So that's, I don't think this can get any more clear, any more pure, any more, I don't know. There's not a lot of people I don't think that can even break markets down really in all reality. A lot of people just talk a lot, talk too much. Let's have a look. Let's clear the screen though. Let's see where these metals are gonna go. I want to see a couple things like the weekly. This is a big, so we're gonna have a big rejection wick going into next week. Now, if gold breaks this weekly low next week, that's gonna fill back down on this weekly range. And if we fill back on this weekly range to the downside, gold's probably gonna break lower to like 16-13 back down to this clean range here. So now we have to be prepared as well. If gold breaks up next week, we have a nice clean range back up to the 1780s. I think a more healthy like price idea would be for gold to really start to see some bullish pressure would be like a break above 1788 and really start to see things move like towards the 1800 1850 1850 1900 again. That's going to be a healthy idea. If we can get back up in 1900 on gold, it's not going to be too long from there that we don't set record highs again. So I'm prepared for both ideas next week. There's some nice clean weekly ranges that we have, and yeah, if it wants to do that, I'm down to let it do that, because in the end it's money made. So silver is going to be the same thing, right? A break of this weekly low next week, we're going to fill back down on this weekly wick like 2377. A break of that low, there's going to be a nice clean range to run all the way back down towards 2196, but there's a nice level here at 2268. So we'll be prepared for that as well. And as well, I want to see silver, like for me to realize a healthy bullish market again, a break above like 2630 would make a lot of sense to continue up towards 28. So there's my ideas on the metals. The dollar, I still, on the weekly, we topped out at this weekly level here, and on the daily we're pretty bearish. So we popped through this daily high as I expected as well, and that was going to be significant for me to see some downside on the dollar. Now, if next week we end up breaking this daily low, we're going to end up falling back down towards like 91,350, somewhere in here. And ultimately what I want to see like longer term on the weekly and monthly is I want to see the dollar return back to these monthly lows. Because again, I explain it like the whole rock idea. If you skip a rock across the water, the more times it hits the water, it's likely to fall through. The same idea. We tapped into this weekly level here, but we've already hit this like a couple of times here, a couple of times here. If we come back in with this bearish momentum and run into it again, I think we start to see a huge meltdown in the dollar. And when that crack, when it starts to break down over there and we crack these lows to make this run down, you're going to see a massive explosion that comes out of gold and silver. It's going to be pretty crazy. So for me, waiting on the gold and silver market to move, these are significant. This is a significant idea on the dollar. When I start to see that, then I know like gold and silver are really going to have their pushes. But until then, till we get back down on that low on the dollar, I'm not anticipating anything, right? I'm not too concerned with it. I'm just letting it do what it's doing. But yeah, ultimately we want to see the dollar return back to these lows, and when that happens, we'll have a pretty good idea that gold and silver are gonna have a pretty nice run. I would assume then when that happens, I would assume silver is gonna really take off. $35, $40 an ounce. So we'll see what happens here. We will see. I seen Wall Street Bets, they open a GoFundMe account, and somebody opened a GoFundMe account, everyone donated money, and then they're buying billboards on the side of the road and telling people to buy physical silver. And some bad words about the banks manipulating the markets and blah blah blah. So pretty interesting. Buy any physical lately? Yeah, a lot last month. But average buy on the physical is around $10, $12. So all I need is the market to move. That's it. Like a lot. I want it to move a lot. And then, that'll be all right. See, I've had like, I didn't know how the market was going to move or how it was going to go down, but I had I had a kind of a head start because my family was just been in it for forever. So, yeah, it's pretty decent. I never understood, when I was younger, like I would get these ounces of silver for like my birthday and then for Christmas and things like that. And I just didn't, I had an interest in it, but I didn't get it. And then when I got older, I started to understand, the market and everything that goes with it. Then I understand how some of my family retired, and then, yeah, it just made more sense. But I think that's going to be it, guys. I think that's going to be it. I think we had, again, decent trade on gold, decent trade ideas on GJ, decent trade ideas on GBP USD. Everything was pretty decent. You got to see, again, a mix of just wins, managing some losers. The market just broke down. Yeah, it's just another day, I guess, but pretty interesting. Every day it's interesting. So yeah, any questions from anyone else? Anyone at all? Any questions from anyone?
9 minutes to go.
9 minutes to go, TK. Anyone at all? No one? Everyone's listening? Did anyone catch any trades today? Anyone catch any trades? Or everyone just listening to me mumble on about stuff?
US 30
Oh, did you?
on a sell on a buy limit.
Weren't you talking about this the other day? US 30, I think.
Yeah. I was using the filthy deuce
Nice.
to get it. And then I tried to get in and I tried to stack another trade this morning and it stopped me out. But my original trade is at 95 right now.
Wow. So how? I'm not too familiar with how many pips is this? Is this actually like 100 or is this like 1,000? I don't really trade US 30 at all.
I just go pure off of technicals and
Yeah.
I don't know. I just understand. I've been watching the news. I don't know, just news and just technicals, whatever.
Yeah.
It
The
pays
other reason
good.
why I don't like to trade this pair is because I don't even know the pip count sometimes confuses me.
I don't even know. I guess I would have to open a demo and then just put in like $1 lot size.
All I know is that the Dow always go up, so I'm always looking for it to go up.
It only goes up. I would like when I have confusion about pip counts, I'll open a demo and throw in $1 a pip and then let it move a little bit. And then I can understand, what the pips is. But yeah, you look overall, you think about the richest people in the world, they're all invested in the United States. And if you go back to the beginning of times from the stock exchange, really, I mean, yeah, there's some sharp declines, but it only goes up. So this is like possible to lose for some people.
I charted like all of the DJI. I charted all the way from the depression. I was like, oh yeah, it just keeps going up.
Yeah, it literally
looks good.
It only goes up. I mean, look at this thing. It's just all the way up.
It's like the scholar Cardi B said, if it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up.
Oh no. Dang. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's a good buy on US 30 though, not bad. I don't know why I had these things marked up.
And I only do 0.01 because
yeah,
I think I did a 0.05 by accident, and I was like, "Whoa!" And
Yeah,
it was good. It was up, and then I tried it again. They just took all my profits. I was like, "All right, never again."
yeah. It can get.
0.01.
I know it can get to moving. Some people will. I watch people trade this and blow up before. I never touched it. I was never into the indices. Honestly, I like the metals market so much more than anything else. It's what I understand, right? So I don't understand this. I would take me like really a few months of just watching it, and then I would get to understand it better. But I don't know. I don't understand it.
Bro,
I don't know
I
how-
mean, this is the World Cup, you know.
Yeah.
Indices, this is the World Cup. If you are playing in this field, then you're in the World Cup, you know, because this shit moves like crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
it's too fast for me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I like just what I'm doing, go in the slow lane and just kind of cruise it out. Occasionally I like to go 100 miles an hour, but I'd rather just chill out. I'll let other people trade that.
So remember what I said? Remember what I said about I mean on GB, I said something about high and low of the days. I mean, so the market created the low of the day in London, and then the high of the day I told you is going to be created between 10 and 12 noon Eastern Standard. That is when it's going to be created. And right now, I mean, what time is it Eastern Standard right now? Just to be sure.
So
Time, what's it by your time? You're 1 hour ahead. I think it should be 11 by your time.
yeah, the Eastern
No, okay,
time
you're 1
is
hour
gonna be
behind.
no Eastern
1 hour
time.
ahead of
Yeah, Eastern time's almost 10 a.m. right now. 9:56.
Yeah.
I'm 8:56.
Exactly. So between 10 and between 10 and 12, that's when it's going to create a high of the day. So around that point, that is where we like to like, man, I'm no longer in this trade. I am done in this. I'm no more here. So that's when it likes to do that. So that's what we expect anyways. I mean, sometimes it could go higher. Sometimes, I mean, it could go higher. But the bottom line is that is at that point in time, we're expecting the high of the day to be created on the low, and then we're done. We're done. We're out of it, because at that point you're expecting some level of retracement, and you don't want to be inside that market when that starts happening. So,
I
the next
keep going.
in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to close out. So,
I figured out what I'm gonna do on the weekends now. I forgot about it, that I was gonna start this. I found these places, these like old lead mines that fill up with water, and you can get your diving certification and go dive there, and it looks pretty cool. I was thinking about it last weekend. I don't even know the process. If there's anyone in here that has a dive certification, like message me privately, because I want to know. I want to know more about it. It looks pretty cool.
okay.
That might be my my new weekend hobby.
Well, I think what I'm going to do this weekend, as soon as this call is over, is I'm going to pick out GU. I'm going to pick out EU. I'm going to pick out UCAD, gold, and the dollar index. See those pairs? I'm just going to clean everything on those pairs and mark them up all over again. All of them. And then I get rid of the rest of this stuff on my chart, because these other pairs, sometimes I'm like, what are you guys even doing here? You're confusing me. I have a friend. He's that my friend I was telling you about. He doesn't even know what the dollar index is doing. All he has on his watch list is GU. He opens his chart, GU, and you're like, what? What's this? GBP USD.
The
That's all he has.
all of this over here, I only keep track of silver because of the investment side, but I don't actually trade it. I only trade gold and GJ, and then oil I track just because, like, the major things in the world I want to know about. So like the oil, the dollar, the S&P, and Bitcoin, like I just track all of them. I don't trade any of them. They're just there for me to look at. But yeah, the only two things I've traded. So I traded 3 pairs this year: GU, GJ, and gold. And I traded GU. Like I said, it was stupid what I did, but I'm not touching it again. But yeah, it's only
man.
not again. I'm done with it.
Oh man, but I think you gave. I mean, we gave a whole lot today, though.
Yeah. Oh,
We gave a whole
we gave plenty today.
goodness.
We
So
gave
much. I
plenty.
think this call has been on for like how many hours now? Almost 3.
Yeah.
Goodness me. Oh my. We gave. Well, we gave you guys everything.
Yeah, they got it all. They got it all.
Everything. Everything. So what you guys need to, okay, good. Officially, I'm closed out on GBP USD.
That's it. You're done. Done for the week.
Officially closed out on GBP USD. And where did I stop at? At 33 pips. That's why I closed out. 33 pips. I'd already taken some money off the table when it cleaned out that previous short-term high.
Uh-huh.
Cleaned out that previous short-term high.
Yep.
I already taken something off the table because once it took away that high, I was expecting that it was going to reach for the next high. Even though I still expect it to go up there, but I think I'm done. It's Friday.
Yeah. So with that being said, guys, that's it. DraftKings out of GU. We had nice gold ideas, nice GJ ideas, nice GU ideas, and that's it. And then you just leave it alone. Don't go trading today. Don't go over trading. Don't do. Look, there's plenty of other people out there losing money today. Don't be adding to it. We did what we did, and that's it. So we'll come back next week. I'm gonna be traveling a lot next week, so we'll see. I'm gonna probably do something Wednesday morning, maybe Tuesday and Wednesday morning, and then yeah, that'll be it. So twice a week next week, probably again, and then yeah, it's gonna be busy for me though. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, that's gonna be it. So DraftKings, nice seeing you. Nice to have you on.
Bro.